You're a smart, ambitious woman. You have so many depending on you to keep life running on schedule and get the important things done. But you've wondered if you could have your own thing, a business that gives you a new creative outlet, is profitable, and will not overtake your family. I'm Amy Robles, your guide in this process to create the business you love, keep your family first, and shine. Because you can enrich your life and your bottom line. Welcome to Think Enriched. Welcome back. The holidays are here. It is the month of December, and it is such a fun, wonderful time. It's so great to be with family and friends. And let's be real, it's so much extra work. December is every woman's marathon. I don't care if you believe something entirely different than I do, if you live your life in a different way, whatever. There's a lot going on this month with the holiday season. It's just the way it is. And your time is more precious this month than any other time. Let me tell you a little backstory. My daughter got a little sick. We ran to the store, got a prescription. And while I was there, I was just going to pick up a couple of things so we could be in the house for a couple days and get her better. And pretty soon the cart's full. My daughter's exhausted. We're putting things on to actually do to the checkout, unloading the cart, going through the whole 9. And this older woman was in front of us, and she just kind of watched us, and I just turned and said, "Oh, the holidays are busy, huh? It's like a marathon." And she said, "Yes, it is a marathon, because you have so many other things that have to be taken care of right now. You got to get yourself organized." And it was kind of weird. It was this, she was my personal sage at that moment. She just heard the thoughts and just reiterated those directly to me. And I felt like I had a good handle on things. And we just had a few days where it was just not as organized and structured as I usually am. And so I thought, man, I got to dig into this and get really, really clear on a few things. So this month, more than any other time, we're working on time management and making sure you are in and not missing those precious moments. So here's a few ways how you can win the marathon that is the month of December. First, holiday extras always become your responsibility. As a smart, ambitious woman, if there's a thing at work and they want to do a little meal and they want to have something special, usually somebody comes to you, asks you to organize it, make sure it's taken care of, every single thing. And that doesn't always work for you. If there's something for the school, if there's something for the organization, they want a baked goods or they want something taken care of, that's what it all comes down to. And here's the thing. We have that creative ability and we think about how special it could be, and we do add a little bit extra here and a little bit extra here. And what we do is, instead of making a small thing, we build on it, and we can make little things become even bigger things. So, the holiday extras are not your responsibility. Find a way to get a team involved. Involve others. Ask for help. If they always say at work, you're the one we need to take care and organize and make sure that this is done, you make a sign-up sheet and you pass it around. You are not doing any more work. You've got a lot of other things. This isn't about taking away from work responsibilities. This is about being able to give your best everywhere that you need to. That's tip number 1. Second tip, there is too much good stuff everywhere this month. I don't know why that is. I think it's just the holiday season. People are excited. People are baking more. They're bringing over treats, or they offer you, hey, would you like some almonds? But they're not just regular almonds. They're not almonds that you feel good about eating. They're almonds in a candy-coated, cinnamon, sugary, unbelievable concoction that makes the most heavenly aroma in the home. And even almonds become super indulgent treats. There's so much of the stuff everywhere. So I'm saying make sure you can enjoy the goodies, but just be wise. Because let's be real, too much of anything is just too much. One big solution that I'm really working on is drink water. You got to have your water with you. Make sure your body's getting all flushed out. You're not getting any of those extra germs. Keep them with you. If you need a water tracker on your app to help you with that, if there's this one water cup that really helps you stay focused, that would be a good thing. Just whatever you need to do, make sure that you're getting enough water and you're being wise about what you eat, because even though it seems like in the moment you're really enjoying it, a few hours later you're going to have that sugar crash or you're going to feel so yuck. You just got to be smart about it. Next, the month of December has lots of late nights and some ridiculously early mornings, right? And if you're not careful, sleep just doesn't happen this month. You've got a lot of different things. You've got to be different places. You come home, get a meal, make sure everybody's eaten, and then off to bed, and then back up. And I can see how those late hours can seem really, really enticing and can be the thing that pulls you, and you think, oh, I could get ahead on these couple of projects, or I could wrap a few gifts, or I could do a couple of things. That really isn't the best way. You've got to make sure that you have pockets of time to wrap a couple of presents here and there and still get to bed on time. And so how do you make sure you get to bed on time, right? We're very disciplined women. We get a lot of things done. We're so good about organizing everything. I have actually set an alarm to make sure I go to bed on time. I'm not joking. The alarm comes up. I know I got 15 minutes to figure out and finish up the job that I'm working on, and then it's off to bed. And even though in that time I'm thinking, man, I could just finish this and it could be just fine, and then I'd be done and I'll have to think about it tomorrow. But I realize what I'm doing is making sure I have a fresh start in the morning, making sure that I start the day 100% and I'm not getting even more behind. You know, I don't know if you've ever had a holiday season like this before, but there's been a couple of times where things have been really busy, and the next thing I know, I've got so much going on. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It's the middle of the night. I'm rocking in a corner in the fetal position, trying to figure out how, for the love, I'm going to get everything done, right? We've all seen a woman that during the holiday season is so burned out, and she looks like she's just twitching a little bit. Her eyes are big, and you can't tell if she's in a zombie state or what's going on. She's fried. Just hit the fried point and realize, I hope you realize with me, it's not worth it. Everything does not have to be perfect to have a perfect holiday. Next, say no. Even though it's the month of December, even though we do extra giving and a little more goodwill in the world, it's okay to say no and say, this isn't going to work for me. You know, sometimes you just need to take a break and say, somebody else can organize and take care of this item. I really need to give time to my family. There's nothing wrong with that. And as smart, ambitious women, we can talk ourselves out of it and say, well, I should really help, and I've been helping with them through the whole year. That is not a good enough reason. You have family, you have people depending on you that need you at your best. Make sure you're really looking at what's going on. Which brings us to the next thing. You want to plan the next event in your life. The thing that has really helped me is the mind dump. And let me explain what that is. Every night before I go to bed, and I haven't done this for the 3 or 4 days, and I can tell that's how I got into that frazzled state, trying to keep up and keep my daughter, trying to figure out what she's doing at the grocery store, and I just was having a hard time too with so much stress trying to get everything done. I hadn't taken time to really do that mind dump. In my job, there are times where I have finished one project and then I have a podcast interview starting when the hour is straight up. And what I've been looking at the past week is it's usually about 12 minutes. So it's 10:48. My next interview is at 11 o'clock in the morning. that 12-minute pocket of time. Maybe it's 7 minutes for you. Maybe it's 14 minutes. I don't know. You have these little pockets of time before you have to do the next thing. That is the perfect time where you take all of the thoughts, all the things you have to do, all of the grocery list, the chores, everything, and you write it all down. And you just don't think about it. You just make sure that you write it all down. Then, when you go to the next thing, you know you've got it saved somewhere, so you'll be sure to remember it, and you can focus 100% on what you need to do and be all in. This beats the multitasking. This totally beats that thing that we all go through when we're thinking that we're helping and we're there, but we're not really there in our mind, and we're not paying attention, and we're on our phone and not engaged. I'm so against that. I'm just learning that I miss so much of life when I'm doing that. And I'm not going to do that anymore. So make sure you have that 12-minute brain dump, and then you can go back to your list and see, okay, now I've got to do these 3 things. You can wrap, 3 gifts in 12 minutes if you've got all your stuff ready, and then you've got something, you can move towards the next thing. This gives you the break and allows you to be in the moment. And finally, this is a big one. I know December's crazy. I know you've got a lot going on. I know there are people depending on you. I get it. It is nuts. And it feels like you've got these plates spinning, and you got to make sure this one's spinning and this one's spinning. That's great for the circus. That is horrible for your real life, right? But this is how it goes. We've got to make sure that things are moving forward. Can I tell you that you and I both, we all need to take a little bit of time and laugh. And look at, oh my goodness, I was a hot mess in the grocery store, and it was so embarrassing. And that woman in front of me just called me on it and said, you need to get your ducks in a row. She did it kindly, she did it nicely, but that's exactly what happens. And now it's this funny moment that taught me a lot. I think a lot of times we go through those moments, and if we don't take time to have the humor in that and share that with others, then we miss out on that. Follow me on Instagram, and I want you to share with me those funny moments. I want to hear about what happened in these crazy moments. And having that time to laugh and just enjoy where you are just loosens that stress, just gets rid of all the hard frustration, the pressure that a lot of times we just put on ourselves because we love to be overachievers that can really hold us back. So let's review once again. Remember that all the holiday extras are not your responsibility. This marathon is different from others. You can get the team involved. You can ask for help. You can have older children doing little surprises for the younger children. However you want to make things work, you are leading the team. You are not the one doing the work for everyone. Next, too much good stuff everywhere. Watch out for that. Yeah, you're going to feel great in the moment eating that sugar and junk, but later on you just feel yuck. That brings us to lots of late nights and crazy early mornings. You've got all your regular life going on, all the busy things that you're involved in, and these extra crazy late nights trying to make everything perfect. It's not fair. It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to those around you. Moving on, the next tip is say no, even though it's December. It's okay to say no and take a break. Do what's best for you. Which brings us to, you want to plan the next thing so you can be all in on the moment right now. You can give your best because you've already figured out and organized the details and are ready to move forward. And so you can be in the moment. And finally, you beautiful, smart, ambitious woman, you got to make time to laugh. Share with me those crazy moments. Tell me about Hot Mess Christmas. This might be the most fun we've ever had. In fact, Follow me on Instagram at It's Amy Robles, ITSAMYROBLES, and we'll share our best crazy funny moments that come up because nothing is perfect. It's not going to be absolutely perfect, and you can still have a perfect holiday season. I've got lots more fun things coming in store for you. Can't wait to share. Hey, I'm Amy Robles. I'm telling you, you can enrich your life and your bottom line. I love showing you how to do it, sharing where I'm struggling and what I'm learning in this process, and growing together. You have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.